Professor Goh Say Song is the Dean of Admissions at NUS. He joined the NUS Department of Mathematics in 1994. He is passionate about education and has received numerous teaching awards, including the NUS Outstanding Educator Award in 2009. His research interests include the theory and applications of wavelets, approximation theory, and harmonic analysis. May I now invite Prof. Goh to share about the NUS experience, important considerations when selecting your course of studies, global opportunities, as well as the process and timeline of admissions application. Prof. Goh, please.
Thank you, Yejia. A very warm welcome to all of you to the National University of Singapore, and a very warm welcome to today's NUS admissions and faculties sharing. There will be multiple sessions ahead for the rest of today. Please feel free to sign up to them and attend the sessions, and you will hear directly from our faculties as well. And for this morning session, let me now pull up my slides and then we'll get going. So I'm going to take this morning session to walk you through the learning opportunities that we have available for you at NUS. This is a very important juncture of your life. You are now thinking about what you are going to study at university. And for your information, university education nowadays is completely different from the old days. There's a paradigm shift in university education. University education, compared to the old days, this is now beyond a paper qualification. It's beyond an accumulation of knowledge. Instead, due to the complicated world that we are living in nowadays, what we need through the university education to enable you to integrate disciplinary knowledge and future-ready skills. In terms of delivery of classes, what happens is that nowadays, in the university, is no longer just the traditional lecture and tutorial system. Instead, we use innovative and varying pedagogies for the delivery of your classes. And it could comprises a hybrid of online and face-to-face learning as well. At the same time, we are all very cognizant that nowadays we need to be able to bring together different disciplines to solve the complex problems of modern society. And this is where we're going to build in interdisciplinary learning opportunities as well. Last but not least, although Singapore is at one corner of the world, we want to make sure that our students are global citizens. They are able to see beyond Singapore. And that's where we provide global learning opportunities for our students. And finally, we take the employment future of our students very seriously. So there should be career preparation and internship opportunities as well. And one of the considerations that you may be thinking of about how should I decide what course should I choose for the university education? Let me ask you two questions back in return. What is your passion? What is your aptitude? Passions and aptitude are two very important things that is the deciding factor in terms of choosing your course of study. If you're passionate about something, you'll be good at something. If you're good at something, you're interested to find out more. And having this passion and aptitude will carry you across your next 4 years of your undergraduate education. That is actually more than that, because most likely your first job after your graduation will be related to your undergraduate studies. And that is where you need to be passionate, you need to be good at what you're doing, and subsequently for your other jobs in the future as well. So armed with passion and aptitude, what happens? You choose a course that you are good at, choose a course that you are passionate about. And through the process in the university education, you will gain disciplinary knowledge, you will gain future-ready skills. And most importantly, we'll integrate the two things together for you. So welcome to the NUS experience, and let me just give you some facts and figures about NUS. NUS is consistently ranked among the best university in Asia and also consistently ranked among the top 25 universities globally. We are a research-intensive, comprehensive university. And because of our size, every year we take in more than 7,000 undergraduate students. And because of our size, we are able to offer a wide range of bachelor degrees program with more than 60 different bachelor degrees program. We have a very vibrant student life. We have more than 200 clubs and societies and special interest groups. At the same time, we are well connected with our partner university. NUS has more than 300 partner universities spreading over 40 countries. And our students could go to the partner university, spend a semester, or do a summer and winter program. And last but not least, NUS is consistently ranked among the top 10 for global employability for our graduates. So just tell you a little bit more about NUS stories. And NUS is actually 118 years old now in 2023. And we are Singapore's first and largest university. We have taught generations of architects, doctors, engineers, writers, scholars, and so on and so forth. And being a research-intensive university, our research also impacts lives as well. And we're just getting started. And if you ask me to summarize, how do I summarize the NUS education? I would summarize it by the 3 C's of the NUS education: customizable, challenging, current. How you're going to make it work, that is entirely up to you. So the first thing you do is that when you apply to the university, think carefully. Choose an academic pathway. Choose a course of study. And being a comprehensive university, we actually offers almost any of the majors that you could think of. If you're interested in humanities and sciences, apply to the College of Humanities and Sciences. Apply for the Humanities and Sciences course. And you can take any of the major from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences or from the Faculty of Science. So you can look at the wide range of arts and social sciences major that we have and the wide range of science majors that we have. And some students are very interested to marry 2 disciplines together. The College of Humanities and Sciences also offers cross-disciplinary programs. For example, data science and economics. 2 of these things bringing together under one coherent course of study. And or environmental studies or philosophy, politics, and economics. For students who are interested in design and engineering, you can take a major in design, for example, architecture, industrial design, or you can take one of the majors under engineering. And for the majors under engineering, you can apply to the engineering course and you can take any of the majors under the engineering course, like biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, and so on and so forth. We have a very nice business school offering 3 different majors: accountancy, business administration, and real estate. Our School of Computing is extremely popular, and they have 4 different majors offered under the School of Computing: business analytics, computer science, information security, and information systems. And NUS also offers 3 professional courses: medicine, dentistry, and law. And if you're interested in music, we even have a music school. And for students who are very interested in the healthcare sector, we have courses like nursing and pharmacy as well. So let me just give you an overview about the hallmarks of NUS education, and then so that I can explain further about how you can enrich your NUS education. Essentially, for a typical course in NUS is 4 years, apart from professional schools like medicine, that is actually 5 years. Most of the courses are 4 years. Within the 4 years, you will take what we call modules, and each year you take 10 modules. So for graduation requirement, there's a maximum of 40 modules. What to do about these 40 modules? What do you study in these 40 modules? Among these 40 modules, the first thing is that we want to make sure that our students, all our students, had a broad-based intellectual foundation that will prepare you for your major modules, and also to expand your learning capacity. And that is the concept about common curriculum. Now, you may say that common curriculum, that does it mean that the entire university takes a common curriculum, the same common curriculum? The common curriculum, we have actually dedicated common curriculum for the different schools of studies. Like, for example, there is one common curriculum for humanities and sciences. There is one common curriculum for design and engineering. There's another common curriculum for business, another common curriculum for computing. We dedicate our, customize our common curriculum according to the school of study. And the common curriculum may range from 12 modules to 15 modules. And that is the common curriculum. How about the major requirements? The major requirements that is based on the course that you're going to work towards the degree in may range from 15 modules to 20 modules. And for those of you who are immediately working out the math, you'll notice that 12 to 15 modules for common curriculum, 15 to 20 modules for major requirements. They don't add up to the total of 40 modules. There is a balance. And that balance, we are looking at the range of about 10 to 12 modules. And how does this balance comes about? Now, this balance of 10 to 12 modules is what we call an unrestricted elective space. What is the unrestricted elective space? Unrestricted electives means you can do any module that you desire. If you feel that you want to go deep into your major, you wanted to study physics and 15 modules is not enough. You want to go a lot into 23 modules, 24 modules in terms of physics, no problem. You can actually make full use of the unrestricted electives space to go deep into your major requirements. For students who wanted to complement your study of physics of 15 modules, with, let's say, a second major in mathematics or a minor in mathematics, you can do that as well. And this is where it comes to the second hallmarks of the NUS education I want to highlight to you: flexible pathways. With the flexible pathways, you can deepen your expertise in your major, or you can learn multiple competencies through double major or minor in other disciplines. You can even cut across different faculties or different colleges for the flexible pathway. For example, coming back to the example about studying physics, let's say you're a mechanical engineering student in the College of Design and Engineering, and you want to complement your mechanical engineering study by a minor in physics or a minor in mathematics in the College of Humanities and Sciences. That can be done as well, because we are leveraging on the strength of NUS as a comprehensive university. And because of this, with this flexible pathway, we are able to embark on interdisciplinary approach in teaching and learning. And you can actually marry disciplines together. And even within the same major, we try to bring together different aspects as well, different disciplines together. At the same time, we make sure that our students actually have experiential learning, either in the course of study or through the notion of internship. And last but not least, our commitment to our students is not just the 4 years of undergraduate studies. Our commitment to our students is actually 20 years and beyond. We have a wide suite of lifelong learning modules. You can come back to NUS again after your graduation to do a graduate certificate or a master degree. That is, all these possibilities are there. We will prepare you well for your undergraduate so that you can embark on a lifelong learning journey in the future. So let me just take this opportunity to feature some of the latest developments of NUS. I've already mentioned just now about the College of Humanities and Sciences. Now, this was actually launched in 2021, and this is an enhanced undergraduate experience for students of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences and the Faculty of Science. And you bring together two of the oldest and most established faculties in Singapore. So you can imagine the scale of impact. Every year, the College of Humanities and Sciences actually take in more than 2,000 students. And as a result, this actually allows us to have interdisciplinary learning opportunity for our students at scale. So we have a deliberate curriculum curation that is specialized for that. And at the same time, we provide tremendous flexibility. And students who are interested in the College of Humanities and Sciences, you can apply to the Humanities and Sciences course. And there are many, many, many majors in Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences and the Faculty of Science under it. The moment you are into that course, you can choose any of these majors that you desire. No further selection is required. Then there are certain direct admission courses also offered by the College of Humanities and Sciences, like pharmaceutical science, food science and technology, economics and data science and economics. So this is one of these College of Humanities and Sciences, one of the latest development. And riding on the success of the launch of the College of Humanities and Sciences in 2021, in 2022, we actually launched the College of Design and Engineering. And this time around, we take two of the established schools in NUS, Faculty of Engineering and the School of Design Environment, and we marry them together, we merge them together to form this College of Design and Engineering. This gives students greater choice, greater breadth, and greater flexibility. And again, there is a distinctive common curriculum. This time around, focusing on what you need for the design and engineering study. And at the same time, we are now more student-centric in terms of the curriculum structure. We offer more choices for the student. In the past, when it was under the Faculty of Engineering, if you want to study mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, you apply directly to the course. Now you apply to a common admission course called engineering. And the moment you are into engineering, you can choose any of the major. If you are interested in biomedical engineering, you are interested in chemical engineering, civil engineering, you can just choose it accordingly. Again, no further selection. And at the same time, we actually now have new learning pathways that leverages the natural synergies between engineering and design environment so that we can actually have greater interdisciplinary learning opportunities. Another exciting development in 2022 was NUS College. Now, this is the first undergraduate honors college of NUS. Essentially, what is this undergraduate honors college? This is actually an enhancement of your chosen major. Yes, you have a major in College of Humanities and Sciences. You could be a major in design and engineering. You could be doing computing. You can be doing business. That is your major requirements. But you want to enhance your chosen major by going beyond. So you can actually sign up for NUS College. NUS College has a very innovative 14 modules curriculum, a total of 14 modules. And that 14 modules will actually replace some or most of the common curriculum that you have in your original faculty or college or your school. And this is compatible to more than 50 majors. And what you do here is that with this NUS College, with this enhancement, this innovative curriculum actually is interdisciplinary in nature, is broad-based. At the same time, it incorporates global pathway. That means that some of these modules you will actually tie up with your overseas experience. At the same time, this NUS College modules, you get to stay on campus for at least 2 years in the NUS University town. So you live together, you study together with students and professors of different disciplines, and at the same time, the classes are conducted in small classes. And you can go beyond a single degree. I've already mentioned just now about double major, minor. So let me just put in a better perspective. What is a second major? What is a minor? Like I said, major requirements is 15 to 20 modules. Second major is 10 modules. Minor is 5 modules. So how you want to make it work, this is entirely up to you. You have more than one ways of looking at different combinations. Some students want to do a double degree. Double degree is 2 degrees. That means you do 2 primary major. Now, our double degrees is all integrated, that you don't have to say that 1 degree is 4 years, 2 degrees, 8 years. It doesn't work this way. Double degree, depending on which college and which course you are in, it can range from 4, 4.5, or 5 years. At the same time, there are possibilities like joint degree, that you take a degree that's offered by NUS and one of its partner university, or concurrent degree for students who wanted to study a bachelor and a master degree one after another. And we want to encourage you to learn the way that we want to. We want to put in avenues for you to do that. And we have what we call a grade-free first year. Grade-free first year, we do understand that the transition from high school to university, it can be quite challenging. So we want to make sure that you have opportunity to get used to university life. At the same time, we want you to try out interesting courses without worrying about the grades. So how does this grade-free first year work? Essentially, for your first year modules, if it turns out that you got the grade and you like the grade, you can keep it, and this can be counted towards your graduation cumulative average academic point, the CAP or GPA. However, if you find that you thought that you could have done better, you're worried that this will affect your graduation GPA, not to worry. As long as you pass the module, then you can actually be counted towards your graduation requirements in terms of the number of modules you have to take, but it will not affect your GPA. Some students are very interested to do research, and some students may think that to do research, you have to go to graduate school. Actually, in NUS, you have an opportunity to do research as early as the 2nd year or the 3rd year. You don't even have to wait for final year. And that is the premise of our undergraduate research program. Go to a professor, go to his lab and tell him that I would like to work with you. And then you can actually work it under the framework of our undergraduate research program. And this can be counted as some of the modules you're going to take in the course of study as well. And we do understand that there are certain modules that are very interested in, but we may not have it offered. You can design your own module. Look for a few friends, approach a professor, and then you can actually work out a module on your own. So you can have opportunity to take full ownership of your learning. Now, you can also go beyond our NUS. You can actually take advantage of our global learning opportunities. Learn out of your comfort zone, develop new life skills, make friends from other universities, or learn from researchers from renowned research labs overseas. So what kind of study abroad programs do we offer? This is a summary that how you can make the world your classroom. Our flagship student exchange program enables you to spend 1 semester or 1 year in one of our 300 partner universities. The beautiful part about our student exchange program is actually you can actually take classes there, and the classes you have taken there can be mapped back towards your graduation requirements in NUS. At the same time, the school fees that you'll be paying under the student exchange program will still be NUS school fees, which is well subsidized by the government. If you feel that 1 semester is too long, you want your curriculum doesn't allow it, or your family circumstances says that you prefer to spend more time in Singapore, you can still have a taste about the study abroad program by going to our summer and winter programs. Could range from 2 weeks all the way to 6 weeks. Shorter duration, and you can go during the summer and winter vacation. Or you can go to one of overseas renowned research labs to conduct research. So these are some of the opportunity. Another opportunity that I really want to highlight to you is NUS Overseas Colleges. NUS Overseas Colleges are for students who are very keen to be involved as in startup and to gain first-hand experience of life as an entrepreneur. Last year, it was the 20th anniversary of our NUS Overseas College. And under this program, you will do an internship at a startup for 1 semester or up to a year. At the same time, you'll take some classes at the renowned partner universities. And through these 20 years of the NUS overseas colleges, 3,800 students have gone through this. And through the process, more than 1,000 companies have been founded, and there are more than 15 places all over the world that enable that we have NUS overseas colleges. So these are the places that we have. We have places, we have NUS overseas colleges in North America, Silicon Valley, New York, Toronto, Europe and Middle East, or China or Southeast Asia. So you can see that depending on where you desire, there are many places that you can go through for the NUS overseas colleges. Then some of you may say that, does it mean that to have a very vibrant and interesting life in NUS, you have to go overseas? Actually, that is not the case. Our campus by itself is very exciting as well. You can make the campus your home. There are actually 5 different types of places that you can stay on campus. The first type is what we call the traditional halls of residence. And like Shears Hall, Rifles Hall, Yusof Ishak Halls, for those of you whose parents are NUS graduate, probably they can tell you about these halls that some of you may have even stayed at before. At the halls of residence, there's a place for you to stay. There are many, many activities. You know, student activities, get to make friends and do things together. And there's a culture of community, cultural activities, or sporting activities. When we started to have university town, we started a new concept called residential colleges. Residential colleges, again, there's a place for you to stay, and you also have a lot of activities as well. At the same time, you take classes with peers and professors from different faculties, living together under one roof. And the classes that you take under residential colleges, typically 5 modules. And these 5 modules can be counted towards the common curriculum of your home faculty. That is the second concept, residential colleges, place to stay, activities, plus taking some classes there. NUS College is the concept of residential college, but elevated in a much bigger scale, in the sense that there's a place to stay, there are lots of activities. At the same time, the academic component, the taking classes component, is no longer 5 modules. We're looking at 14 modules, and that's NUS College. But for some students who wanted to have a place to stay, but you don't really want to have that much activities, you can choose the student residences. Notwithstanding that, there's not a lot of formal activities, but nevertheless, you will make friends with classmates from different parts of the world, and you can engage in cultural exchange and community building. And last but not least, the latest is what we call houses. That is something that we have a place to stay, and we emphasize more on co-creation and with a strong focus on well-being. So which one to choose, that is entirely up to you. And you have opportunity through the on-campus accommodation and the clubs and society to connect with like-minded peers. The like-minded peers will challenge you, cheer you on, and I'm sure you'll find somebody that you are interested in to have a common interest as you, interest group, through our arts and music and society, sports, or community service. Like I said, we take your future employment very seriously. So we want to prepare you well for your future employment. We have the Center for Future Ready Graduates that will organize programs, workshops, and events to prepare you for future employment. Now, NUS has many alumni because we have been around for a long time. So we even have a platform called Connect at NUS that enables you to interact with alumni in industry for career planning and job opportunities. And last but not least, most of our courses, we have internship incorporated, either compulsory internship or optional internship. And so we actually enables you, facilitate you to engage in internship so they can marry knowledge and disciplinary and skill sets together. So what to do if you want to apply to NUS? So the first thing, excuse me. So the first thing to do is that you need to look out for the subject prerequisites. Because you are applying to the course of study, so each course of study actually has a subject prerequisite. Go to the Office of Admission website and look out for the subject prerequisites. And for example, like if you are from the Polytechnics in Singapore, then you go to the apply to NUS link and then look for the subject prerequisites, and you can look at the list of acceptable diplomas from the Polytechnics. If you are from other high school qualifications, again, click the subject prerequisite and you will see that if you want to study certain courses, like for example, engineering, then you need to have high school mathematics. Now, why we need to have a subject prerequisite? This is to make sure that our students have the necessary background to proceed in this course of study. So that's the first thing. The next thing is that look out for the admission requirements of the qualifications that you are planning, you are presenting. So for example, if you are having a polytechnic diploma from Singapore, our admission is based on a holistic approach that includes academic merit, meeting subject prerequisites, and we will also take into account your interests and aptitude. So for polytechnic students, you'll be assessed based on your academic performance in your polytechnic. So you need to submit your polytechnic results for those who have already graduated, all your semester's result. And for the final year students in polytechnic now, you submit your semester 1 to 5 results because you still don't have your semester 6 results. And if you have a certificate of merit, do submit it as well. And in terms of assessment, we will focus on the GPA and the results of your polytechnics, and that is an academic component. Now, there may be some courses that requires you to submit your O-level results to fulfill subject prerequisites. Like for example, if you want to study computing, then you need to submit your O-level results for computing to make sure that you have the necessary prerequisite. At the same time, we want to be inclusive to our admission policy. We want to look beyond your grades and to give more opportunity to students. And all student applicants are required to list up to 3 achievements and complete short response question, highlighting accomplishments and beyond grades. For polytechnic students, we have first choice bonus points. We want to make sure that you are passionate about what you want to study. So we want to actually facilitate those of you who are passionate about your first choice course. So there's a first choice bonus points of 0.04 GPA for polytechnic applicants who put those courses as first choice, and those courses must be courses with no additional interviews or tests. And those we have additional interview or tests, I've stated accordingly on the slide. Similarly, for IB students, again, we take a holistic approach for academic merit and subject prerequisite, and we also look at your interest and aptitude. So the assessment will be based on your IB diploma results. Again, there's opportunity for you to state up to 3 of your achievement and complete short response questions. First choice bonus points will award to you for up to 1 IB point for IB point, and again for courses without interviews or tests. Other international qualifications, we recognize a wide range of that. You can see that we have, like for example, UK A-level, American high school, Australian high school, Canadian high school, Gaokao, Indian 12, and so on and so forth. So you can go to the website and look at the respective requirements for these international qualifications. And I want to say a few more words about this holistic assessment, admission assessment. Now, what we want, as I already mentioned, you will have opportunity to list up to your 3 achievements in terms of your CCA or other activities, and there will be 5 short response questions. So a common questions that students ask is, what kind of achievement? You know, it could be something that is beyond studies. It could be achievement in sports, in community service, in entrepreneurship, or even create a new software or app or contribution to open source that is actually has impacted the masses. And in terms of the short response questions, some students were a little bit concerned about, is this talking about essay writing or things like that? The whole idea here is that we want to give more opportunities to students. We want to let students tell us more about what they have done that makes them suitable, have the aptitude for their course of study. So if you look at the short response questions, and it's only 550 character limit or 1,100 character limit, which is a few sentences. And tell us succinctly about yourself. You know, what you have done to prepare yourself in terms of part-time job, internship, or online course, and about your resilience, about what is meaningful to you, that you are reflective, and what are the things that you have done that you're very proud of, or anything else that can actually showcase your aptitude, passion, and interests. And we do offer scholarships as well for Singapore citizen, and we offer NUS Global Merit Scholarship, NUS Merit Scholarship, or we also have scholarship for sports and visual arts. And these are for Singapore citizens with outstanding academic result, strong leadership qualities, and good CCA records. And our NUS scholarships are totally bond-free. It actually covers full tuition waivers, and at the same time, it will also provide living expenses of $6,000 a year, and computer allowance as well, one-off. And for international students, some of the scholarships that we offer are ASEAN Undergraduate Scholarship or NUS College. If you are in NUS College, you may be considered for NUS College International Scholarship as well. And for all these ASEAN Undergraduate Scholarship or NUS College International Scholarship, there is no separate application form. You'll be considered automatically together with your admission application. Now, another aspect that is a certain kind of funding that will actually help to reduce your tuition fee is what we call the MOE, Ministry of Education, tuition grant. This is a substantial tuition fee subsidies from the Singapore government. All Singapore citizens or Singapore PR studying in a local university for the first time will be offered automatically. International students will be offered competitively on the merit of the applications. For Singapore PR and international students receiving the MOE tuition grant, there's no bond, but you need to work. There's a service requirement, that is, you need to work in a Singapore registered company or in Singapore for 3 years after graduation. Which company to work at, there's no stipulation as long as it is Singapore or Singapore registered company. And we offer a wide range of financial support for our students. Our admission policy is merit-based and needs-blind. The kind of financial support that we have bursaries to take care of tuition fees, living expenses. We have bursaries for on-campus accommodation. We have bursaries for students for their study abroad programs. At the same time, we have loans available as well, tuition fee loan, study loan, and we also have other schemes like work-study assistance scheme. You can go to our website and you can actually look at our financial needs calculator to have a sense about the living expenses in studying in NUS. And I just want to highlight our enhanced financial aid schemes. Now, the enhanced financial aid scheme, which we launched in 2022, will be further enhanced in 2023. In 2023, all students with per capita income of up to 1,100 Singapore dollars. In 2022, it's only up to 1,000 Singapore dollars. Then NUS bursary will top up the government bursary to provide full coverage for all needy full-time Singaporean students. So you don't have to pay any fees at all if your PCI is not more than $1,100. For students with PCI not more than $750, again, it's an enhancement from last year, which was up to $690. So up to $750, you don't have to pay school fees. At the same time, NUS bursary will provide you with $4,000 for living expenses. And there is another additional thing, which is the Opportunity Enhancement Grant. We'll give you $10,000 that you can use over 4 years to top up whatever other financial aid we have for you on-campus stay, and study abroad program, because we want our students to have a full suite of our NUS experience comprising on-campus stay and overseas programs. So these are some examples of the tuition fees for AY 2022 last year. So for example, if you study computing, and then the total fees for Singaporean with tuition grant is $8,250. For international students with the MOE tuition grant, then the amount is 17,000 plus. But this is already less than half of the full tuition fee, which is 38,000 Singaporean dollars. And so just to snapshot about what you must do in your application, you mark down the important dates. You can check up the indicative grade profile, the subject prerequisite, look at the financial aid, and if you are interested to apply for scholarship and financial aid, separate application portal, remember to do that. Choose your courses very wisely based on first choice bonus point, and then list your achievement and complete the short response questions for holistic consideration under aptitude-based admission. So this is a timeline, and for Poly Diploma, it has already started. The portal is already open for admission. And then the portal is also open for scholarship. And then take note that the admission application will close on the 21st of February. And then scholarship application will close on 19th of March. And after that, from March all the way to May, we will roll out admission offer, scholarship offer, and so on and so forth. Similar timeline for IB students. The only difference is that the starting date is earlier for admission. And then same closing date. And so if you need more information, do go to our website to find out more. And at the same time, you can actually, write in for nus.edu/ask-admissions. And one more thing to highlight to you, NUS is going to have our open house very soon. From 25th of February to 6th of March, we will have our online version of the NUS open house. This year, we are going to have a physical open house as well on the 4th of March. Look out for the space, and then look out for the information from our website, and then we look forward to meeting you in NUS. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Goh, for your sharing. We will now move on to the Q&A segment. We have especially invited two NUS students, Yan Ling and Keith, to share with us today. Yan Ling is a final year student majoring in life science from the Faculty of Science under the College of Humanities and Sciences. She is a recipient of the A-Star Scholarship and an alumnus of Singapore Polytechnic. Yan Ling enjoys the organized academic structure of NUS Life Science, as well as the flexibility to dabble with various interesting modules and performing exciting lab work. She's an active student ambassador and relishes exploring various NUS libraries and new study spots, as well as bonding with friends around university town. Outside of school, Yan Ling's hobbies include model building, cycling, and running. As part of her scholarship, Yan Ling's internship with A-Star has allowed her to perform research work related to cancer therapeutics and drug discovery. Keith is a third-year student majoring in nursing from the Yong School of Medicine at Lee Central for Nursing Studies. He is a recipient of the MOHH scholarships, the Healthcare Merit Award, and an alumnus of Republic Polytechnic, who completed a diploma in pharmaceutical science at NUS. He is currently involved in Project IRIS to raise awareness about pediatric oncology. He is also an active student ambassador. His hobbies include collecting items to repair and reuse. Keith has had the opportunity to take part in the summer exchange program, where he studied in the Netherlands Utrecht University for 2 weeks. As part of his nursing curriculum clinical attachments, Keith has experienced postings at NUH Pediatrics, IMH Psychiatric Ward, NUH Operating Theatre, NUH Emergency Department, and Jurong Polyclinics. Just to name a few, he is currently attached to NUH Renal Ward. I will hand the time over to Prof. Goh, who will be moderating the Q&A segment with Yan Ling and Keith. Prof. Goh, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Ye Jia. And it's a great pleasure to have Yan Ling and Keith joining me today. And so maybe let me just let Yan Ling and Keith to say a few words to all of you first before we start to answer your question. I notice you have many questions posed. So Yan Ling, please. And then followed by Keith.
Hi. Okay, so I'm Yan Ling. I'm a final year student majoring in life sciences. I'm not staying on any on-campus accommodations, and I am actively helping out student ambassadors in their activities and outreach programs. I think the bulk of my education in NUS has been online because of COVID, but I will try my best to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Keith, and I'm majoring in nursing. So I'm a year 3 student right now. So similarly to her, most of my lessons are through Zoom. But currently I'm now, as mentioned, right, I'm now having an internship or attachment in NUH renal ward. So I'll try my best to also answer any questions or doubts.
Okay. I think there's something that when Yan Ling and Keith applied to NUS a few years ago, which they are in similar situation as many of you, and many of you would think that going to the university is going to be quite a big change, quite a challenge. So maybe I'll first ask Yan Ling and then followed by Keith to share about their transition from polytechnic to university and to see how is it like, and is it easy to accustom or things like that. So maybe Yan Ling first and then followed by Keith.
Okay, so in poly, I was in biomedical science, and I think the transition for me I felt it was quite difficult at first because in NUS the pace was generally quite fast, and there was the workload at the start was quite heavy as compared to poly. But I think what really helped was the grade-free first year, because that allowed me to sort of get a pace and get a grip of everything in NUS when I started. But I think what really helped also apart from that was from poly, I could bring over my practical, my lab skills and some of the things and some of the modules and theories that I have learned in poly, I could also bring forward to university just because the course that the major that I'm in now is very much related to what I have done in poly. So I think what is good is to find a course that you can relate to from poly to uni, so the transition will be easier. You can bring knowledge from poly to uni, and also the grade-free system will allow you to also be more calm and relaxed while going to university life. Yeah.
How about you, Keith?
So similarly, yes, I do have some difficulties adapting to NUS because, as mentioned, it's really, really fast-paced as compared to poly. And what really helped me would be my seniors. Because in nursing, right, there is a house system also where they match a mentor and a mentee together. So based on that, when I have questions, especially in year 1, right, and you have to take all these courses, have to apply for courses individually, and you have to be independent. This is where the mentor system really helps us through this transition phase.
Yeah, I think so my message is this, which I'm sure our two Yan Ling and Keith will agree with me, that don't worry, this phase about transiting from high school or from poly to the university, all the students will go through it together. And the university has actually put in place grade-free first year, and also the good partnership with other students groups in the university that will actually help in the transition. And of course, I mean your previous experiences, for the poly students, all these hands-on things, I think this is something that poly students are very strong at, and that would be actually help for that aspect. And then for students from other qualifications, probably the let's say the foundational things about science and all these that may help also. It all depends on the training, but essentially, no matter what is your qualification, at the end of the day, You come into the university, and then we all learn together, and students will do well eventually without much difficulty. And so it's a matter of a transition. And now I do notice that there are other things that I saw the questions that the students were interested in about internship. And internship, of course, it can come in different form, or rather, to be explained in a broader sense, an experiential learning. Now, Yan Ling has done research work and with A-Star when she's with NUS. So maybe I ask Yan Ling to talk about her research experience. How is it like to do research? You know, we always have this vision that, oh yeah, we want to do research, but how is it like in research? And what are the takeaways about research?
Okay, so I did two internships, one in year 2, and one currently in my final year. So both are research based and focusing a lot on cancer therapeutics. And I think it's a very good opportunity that NUS has allowed me to actually be quite flexible to take like internships in during my summer break. So summer break is about 3 months, and I managed to do a 10-week internship with the short summer internship with A-Star for year 2. And now I'm doing my final year internship. So it's very useful because it's very, like, you can bring whatever knowledge that you have, not just from poly, but from whatever you learn to bring forth to whatever into your internship program. And then whatever that you learn from internship, you can also relate it back to what you have learned. So it's very like back and forth. And all these things can also be used to build your portfolio. You can include it to, like, when you want to apply for graduate studies, it's also very useful. Yeah, and don't feel like very stressed out that you know, you don't have the skills and like anything yet, because when you go into internship, it's a time for you to learn and time for you to grow. So yeah, so I built a lot of confidence and pick up a lot of new things when I'm having internship. It's something that I might not even be able to get while I was if I were to not have this internship and just, you know, have a holiday. So I think it's very useful that I had this internship. Yeah. Thank you.
That's very good, because you see, essentially what you learn in the classroom, that is one aspect. And how is it applied to real world situation or to sophisticated problems that you deal with research? That is a separate thing. And after a certain experience about this experiential learning, you actually appreciate this better. Now, nursing study, which Keith is in, actually has clinical posting, and Keith has done a lot of clinical posting. And I guess, you know, Keith, I understand that you were doing pharmaceutical science when you are in Republic Polytechnic, and now that you're doing nursing. And what are the takeaways that you get from your nursing posting? I think that will be useful for our prospective students as well.
For my takeaway from nursing in my internship would be, as mentioned, there is a theory side and there is the application of the theory towards real life situation. So in the attachment, right, it really taught us how to use all this knowledge that we have learned in NUS, and then how can we apply to every patient. And because every patient is unique, it's not just, oh, I learned about this, your heart is supposed to be on the left, that means everyone's heart is gonna be on the left. Because there is some condition, that very rare condition, where the anatomy has been mirrored. So it's really, really like eye-opening for us to see that not everyone is the same. And theory-wise, yes, we learn theory, but we also have to apply to real life situation. And how do we actually talk to patients also brings a very big factor. Yeah. So the takeaway will be, yes, it is very nice for us to actually have a very big exposure, especially in nursing.
Thank you. So we all realize that there is a value here in terms of experiential learning. So I will definitely strongly encourage all of you to have some opportunity about that. And another aspect is that, of course, study abroad programs and student exchange. Now, the past few years, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you know, many of our students didn't have a chance to experience how is it like studying in a different environment. And So, but now that the travel has been resumed, the university is going full-fledged on study abroad programs as well. And Keith managed to have an opportunity to spend 2 weeks in the Netherlands. And so how is it like, Keith, studying in the Netherlands compared with NUS?
It is really, really different way of teaching, because in the Netherlands, right, they really encourage, like during their lectures, right, they really encourage people to ask questions. So when we don't ask, right, because we are showing respect to them when they are presenting, they will like, am I doing something wrong? Because they really want people to challenge them with questions and stuff, and open communication. So that is like quite a shocking factor, because we are showing respect to them, but to them, they were like, hey, am I doing something wrong because no one is asking questions? Yes. So that is like kind of a culture shock for me, but it's a very good experience.
Yes, I think all this would be useful, because at the end of the day, you actually get to see different learning style, different ways of working. And when you go out and work, I'm sure all these takeaways would be actually very, very useful. Now, of course, I mean, there are other things you can do, like, for example, in the life sciences curriculum that Yan Ling is in, which, like many of the majors that you have in the university, there is a big attractive space about unrestricted electives. Like I mentioned, there are 3 portions: common curriculum, major requirements, unrestricted electives. So Yan Ling, maybe you can share with us how you make use of the unrestricted elective space.
Okay, so I've done a lot of unusual modules. I think it's a good avenue to explore different things. So for instance, I took modules like cybersecurity, even traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, even about the history and the heritage of Singapore. So these are like totally, I mean, they're quite different from what I'm doing in my major. So I took this opportunity to do things out of my major, because there's really quite a bulk of credits and requirements that we have to fulfill, and modules that we have to take that is related to our own major. So I wanted to do something different, and also to see if I'm passionate about other things. So I decided I tried things like cybersecurity, which I thought was quite challenging. And then I was like, okay, maybe that is not something for me to explore. So, but yeah, so these kind of areas are good for us to try something different, not always to be stuck in our own major, you know, and to expand our knowledge about, you know, other fields that we might not have known about. So yeah, it's nice. And also, yeah, I managed to learn lots of new things.
Thank you, Yan Ling. I think both Yan Ling and Keith's sharing actually highlight a very important aspect, which I hope all of you will look into this. That is, come out of your comfort zone. You know, make full use of the learning opportunities. You will actually discover that there's a lot of things that you can discover based on what you have in NUS. And I think in the interest of time, I will just answer one last question myself. That is about second major, double second degree or minor, and how and when to apply. I believe that on the application form, for some of you are actually looking at, apart from the single degree program, there is a multidisciplinary programs that you can apply for. And that's where you see a long list of double degree, double major, or major minor combinations. Now, all these, we have packaged it nicely for you already. You can apply it at the point of admission. But then it doesn't mean that that is the only opportunity for you to do so. Some students feel that they want to experience NUS first, decide later, after you have come in, no problem at all. We are totally flexible about this. There are other opportunities for you to take out a minor after you have come into the university. And at the same time, what we've given to you is just some package that we have done for you. But then, if you have other combinations that you're very interested in, you can self-design it. That is totally possible. We are fully flexible about this. And some students may start off by doing a minor in a certain discipline. And you find that you like it so much. Minor, 5 modules. Second major, 10 modules. You can upgrade it to a second major accordingly as well. So in other words, there are plenty of opportunity to explore, so don't worry about that. So with this, I think I'll pass the time back to Yejia to close the session. Thank you. Thanks Yan Ling and Keith again for your sharing, which will be very useful for our prospective students. Yeah, back to you, Yejia.
Thank you, Prof. Goh, Yan Ling, and Keith for sharing your experience, insights, and sound advice. I hope they have managed to answer your questions and clarify your doubts. With that, we have come to the end of the admissions, sharing, and Q&A. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope this session has been helpful. If you have yet to sign up for the various sharing sessions later today, register now and hear from the respective colleges, faculties, and schools. You may register via the QR code or the link provided. We also greatly appreciate if you could take a few minutes to fill up a feedback form. You may scan the QR code or access the link that we have shared on the chat board. Your feedback is important to us. Please let us know how we can improve. Thank you once again. My colleagues and I look forward to receiving your application and warmly welcoming you to NUS.